Very good Thursday evening, folks. I'm NTV Chief Meteorologist Eddie Sheerr. Just one day from the weekend now. We can make it, I think, especially after today's bad news. I think we could probably all use a nice weekend to let this settle in, all the budget news. Nobody wanted to hear that today, but it is what it is, I suppose. So the weather isn't going to be too bad, so I don't have much depressing news to share with you in that regard, but it's not going to be as nice as it has been the last couple of days as we get some cooler temperatures, some rain showers, freezing rain, and even a bit of snow. Forecast for tonight we'll get to in just a second. First, let's take a look at some live radar imagery. We do have a couple of showers around the Avalon right now. Now, across the northeast Avalon, it's pretty dry. The showers for the moment seem to be centered mainly across the southwest and southeast Avalon. They're kind of heading from northwest to southeast. There's an area of high pressure just offshore here, and I think that's actually helping to kind of keep some of those showers from getting on to the eastern side of the Avalon Peninsula, but they are kind of coming in towards the western side because we have some moisture kind of feeding in. So I think we might stay dry in the metro overnight, but certainly a chance for showers here or there. Some patchy fog will also develop as well. Freezing rain warning in place for Grand Falls, Windsor, Bay of Exploits, Green Bay, White Bay. That includes Fogo and Twillingate. Looks like some freezing rain tonight into Friday, perhaps into Friday night as well. It's all from an area of low pressure which is to our south. Now we can see some rain currently working onto the south coast from Francois towards Burgeo and maybe a mix just north of Port aux Basques. We've also got this area of low pressure down to the south, and what's going to happen is we're going to get some moisture to kind of feed in across the island from this area of low pressure. Now, the moisture is pretty much going to be centered across central and western areas and not so much the eastern side of the island. So this is the predominant area that is going to see the messy weather tonight, tomorrow, and even into tomorrow night. So Futurecast will take us through tonight, showing a few showers across the Avalon, some patchy fog. Tomorrow morning, some showers in Gander. But notice that pink color showing up north of Grand Falls, Windsor, east of Springdale. That's the freezing rain right along the north coast as well. So some freezing drizzle likely in that area tomorrow morning. Could be a slick commute for folks heading down from like Triton and Fogo, let's say. And as we go through noon tomorrow, more freezing drizzle right along the coast, but tomorrow afternoon we see some more organized snow getting going across the northern peninsula, more organized freezing rain for central, back towards interior areas, some rain farther south. Tomorrow night we see snow across the northern peninsula getting down to the west coast and freezing rain between, and it looks like the freezing rain will end as some snow Saturday morning, and it looks like we see things getting nicer by Saturday afternoon. The Avalon pretty much remains almost unscathed during this with just some patchy fog here or there. Not expecting much freezing rain tonight. Tomorrow we see more of it, especially north of the TCH. Botwood, Lewisport leading Tickles, Triton. Could see 2 to 5 mils of freezing rain. Could see a bit more tomorrow night before we get that change over to snow. Speaking of snow, looks like not a whole lot through the day tomorrow. If it does snow across the west coast, mainly on grassy surfaces, not accumulating much because temperatures are going to be right near freezing and very wet snow. But some areas of the west coast could pick up 5 or 10 centimeters tomorrow night, and it looks like the freezing rain will end as snow in central Saturday morning before we see the improving weather by Saturday afternoon. Forecast for tonight, temperatures near freezing across much of the island into Labrador, well below freezing in the west, perhaps some northern lights sightings overnight. And then for tomorrow in Labrador, I should say, mostly sunny, except in the southeast, some light snow there. I think it's dry in Cartwright, however. And across the island, well, that messy mix we were just talking about, especially once we get west of Gander. I think Gander should miss the freezing drizzle this go-around, although we could see some there Saturday morning, perhaps. So I hope that was informative, and I hope you have a great evening. And one more thing before I go. Let's go. Flyers opening up against Washington tonight, 8:30. Newfoundland daylight time. Hopefully they can pull up an upset against the Caps. Either way, even if they take just one game on the road tonight, because the first two are in Washington, I'd be happy with that. All right, have a great evening, and I'll see you tomorrow.